Hi, this is Curley with Curley's Chicken Ranch again. We're going to be doing something different today. We're not going to be talking about animals as far as our goats and chickens. I told you in a previous video we're going to be looking at doing a solar build on our house. We're going to call it Suburban Solar. And the reason we're doing that is because we have been losing some power at different times around the house. So we want to be able to run some circuits from the solar to power things, to have lighting and different things, maybe work the microwave, different things. With the intent eventually to be able to run a small air conditioning system in case power goes out. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Previous video I talked about why solar or what people want to accomplish with solar. One of the things is that there are a lot of things on the market where someone will come in and say, hey, we'll put solar on your house and you can sell that power back to the power company and reduce your bills. And that's great if that's what you want to do. But that's not our intent. Our intent is, because if you just put panels on your house to sell back the power back to the electric company, and when your power goes down, you still can't run anything on the house. You're dead in the water still. So what we're going to do is have a hybrid system set up to where we can actually power lighting and different things inside the home in case we lose power. So with the intent of doing something more in the future. Well, we're going to do an unboxing here of a battery. I want to talk to you a little bit about batteries first. There are different kinds of batteries. One that you're most familiar with is the battery inside your car. Your car battery is designed to have enough power to turn your starter over to start your motor, and then set. Okay, it's not designed to turn that motor over and over and over and over and over. What'll happen is, like eventually your battery will die very quickly by turning it. So it's designed to give you a lot of power or a lot of amps for a very short time to turn that motor over. That's not the kind of batteries we're looking at. We're looking at batteries that will last a long time, that you can pull a long period of time out of, and without hurting the battery. Because like in a car battery, if you drain it enough times, it will kill it. It'll basically destroy the cells so you no longer charge it. So you need more of what's called a deep cycle battery. A deep cycle battery is what you might find in a camper trailer or in someone's boat for a trolling motor. Those kind of batteries are designed to be pulled down, okay, and then recharged multiple times. Although, depending on the kind of deep cycle battery, the further you take it down to 100% draw as far as being dead and recharging it, you lessen the life of that battery just like a car battery. So there's three batteries we're going to be looking at, the differences of that. Okay, the first battery we're talking about is a flooded battery. That's where you put water in it, and that's the cheapest battery. That costs about 150 bucks. That's what you mainly go to the parts store and we get what's called a deep cycle battery. Okay, a deep cycle battery, that's basically what it is. It cycles. You can drain it all the way down within reason and then recharge it. And that's what the solar deal is going to do, because when the sun stops shining, stops charging your batteries, what'll happen is you're pulling all the power, the drain is out of your batteries, and nothing being put back in. So your batteries will get lower and lower and lower. Okay, so first one we're talking about is the flooded battery, and that's the one with just the water on, the deep cycle. Those run about 150 bucks a piece, about the cheapest. You can get them cost more, but about 150 bucks a piece. They have about a 1 to 3 year warranty, and really, if you think about it, if you want them to last for a long time, you shouldn't pull them down past 50%. In other words, once they get past 50% and you have a continual draw further than that, it will eventually kill your batteries. Okay, so that's not a good thing. They won't last very long. So if you think about it, and if you got a battery that costs you 150 bucks, but really all you can use is half, or at the worst case scenario, half, or let's say at the best case scenario, half, because you could actually drain it lower, but it would wind up hurting the battery. It's going to cost you about $3 per amp hour if you think about a 100 amp hour battery, meaning that battery, you might can pull 100 amps out of there in 1 hour. Now, you can take that 100 amps and distribute it over a day, a week, or whatever, but we're going to be talking about if all the batteries were 100 amp hour batteries, okay? The next kind of battery is a gel battery, and you've seen those. There's no openings on the top. You can't put water in. They're sealed battery. They're gel battery. Those cost anywhere between $300 and $600. They still have about a 1 to 3 year warranty. But even with those, they're really designed that you don't want to pull them past 50 to 75%, because they also, even though they're designed to be better than, to take more energy out of it than a car battery, they still won't last that long. So they want you to really, that's one of the reasons too, the warranty is only 1 to 3 years, because they still won't last that long. So, so with that, and the way you can only draw a certain amount of amps out of it, it costs about $5.30 per amp hour on that. And like I said, it still only has a 1 to 3 year warranty. Regular lithium ion battery costs $700 plus. And you're thinking, my God, I want to pay $700 for a battery. Well, there's a reason for that, okay? Lithium ion batteries has a warranty of 3 to 5 years, okay? And on lithium ion batteries, you can use 80 to 90% of that. So where the other ones, let's say the flooded battery, you can only use 50% of it before you start hurting it and charging it back each time before it goes completely, cells get destroyed. Lithium ion, you can basically take it down to 80 to 90% in discharge and then recharge it, and it has a longer life in it, okay? And those still have a 3 to 5 year warranty on it. So that's a better battery on that. But those still cost about $8.75 per amp hour, okay? Now, what I'm going to show you today is unboxing is a lithium ion, but it's a battle-born battery. And let me show you what it looks like. This is a lithium ion made by battle-born batteries. It's a very heavy-duty battery. Oh, it's a very heavy battery. Oh, this is made by battle-born, and this battery, it's completely sealed, just like the gel batteries and things, you know. By the way, this is my battery. This is not sponsored by battle-born. But on this battery here, costs actually it cost me $940. And people would say, why the heck you lost your mind paying $940 for a battery? Well, there's a reason for that, okay? This battery has a 10-year warranty. 10-year warranty, okay? This one here lasts for 3,000 to 5,000 cycles. In other words, between 3,000 and 5,000 times, you drain it down to nothing and recharge it, okay? And it'll last that long, okay? 3,000 to 5,000 cycles is 8 to 13 years. It's got a 10-year warranty, okay? But it'll last for 8 to 13 years, okay? It's a 100 amp hour battery, just like what we talked about previously, and you can drain this thing 90 to 100%, okay, each time, and without hurting it. You don't necessarily want to do that, but you can do that, okay? Now, the cost on that is like around $10.44 an amp hour, but at the same time, it lasts you 10 years, or the warranty is 10 years, and it'll last 8 to 13 years, okay? So if you think about this, the difference of like this one here, the battle-born, the lithium ion battery, versus like the flooded cell battery, this one here may sound at first like it costs more, okay? But if you think about this lasting that long and the warranty of 10 years and having 3,000 to 5,000 cycles, okay, versus a flooded battery. On the very end of the spectrum, that's only a $150 battery. Well, you're thinking, why would I spend $940? Well, because this one, the flooded battery, you can only take it down to half charge, okay, before you start destroying it, okay. So that's basically half of this battery, okay. So you'd actually have to buy, and they're only good for 1 to 3 years as far as warranty, okay, on the flooded battery. So that means you'd have to buy 5 batteries to equal amount for one battle-born battery is in this, okay? So now you got $150. It sounded cheap at first, but now you're gonna multiply $150 times 5, and now you got a $750 battery, okay? Because it's only gonna last 1 to 3 years, okay? And you can only use half of it. Okay, and since you can only use half it, now you got to have double of that. Okay, so that's $1,500 for the flooded batteries versus $940 for this. So see, automatically, even though it doesn't make sense at first, this battery has more power. It'll last longer. The warranty's more. You could drain it down to 0 more times, or you can drain it down to that, where you can't do that with the flooded cells. So I wind up doing 2 of these, okay, so that's almost $2,000, okay, for 2 Battle-Born batteries, but they're going to last so much longer, and I can drain them down a lot more. I can use most of the 100 amp hours out of it versus only being able to use 50% out of a flooded cell or deep cycle battery, okay? Now, so just price-wise or money-wise, it makes sense, okay? And the Battle-Born batteries also, they have very, very beefy lugs to bolt your wires to for your solar setup, where a lot of the other ones just have the screw-in type and you strip them off inside or break them off inside the battery. These you can bolt wherever you want to, put all the torque you want, it will not hurt you, okay? So, even though it sounds like it costs more, it'll save you money in the long run, okay? Now, just to do a quick calculation, I said on that, or basically we just talked about that, $940 versus if you wind up doing the flooded cell batteries, the regular deep cycle, this is like $940 versus having to buy 5 batteries in the same time frame in the amount of years, you know, like 10-year warranty. Okay, plus the flooded batteries, you can only pull 50% of them down. So then you need double the batteries because you can only use half of the amps. So now you're gonna have about $1,500 just basically 1 battery in 10 years versus $940. Okay. Oh, by the way, also these are assembled in the United States, where most of the other batteries are not. Okay. So that's another reason to buy USA. Okay. So that's one unboxing of today. Continue to follow me. Hit the subscribe button. Put something in the comments. Hit the like button. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to have a series of these as we build our Suburban solar unit in our home. This is Curley with Curley's Chicken Ranch, and we'll talk to you later.